Greetings. Mario has broken a leg, and he can't run, but could he still save the princess? Well, the rules are pretty simple. I'm not allowed to press the B button or the 1 button, but I'm playing this with a nunchuck, so it's B button for my case. And yeah, that's about all the rules. I'm just not allowed to press the B button, meaning I can't run, or use any of the power-ups that shoot stuff. Unless they shake, but other than that, let's get into 1-1. Starting off with 1-1, it was pretty easy, especially after getting that propeller mushroom, allowing me to increase my movement heavily, and I get the star coins and beat the stage. And a similar story happens for 1-2, where I just walk through the stage, because well, these earlier levels don't require me to do much parkour. A similar story happens in 1-3, where I get on Yoshi. I, for some reason, try to go back so I can get the remaining fruits, which just ends up me losing Yoshi. But other than me being a dumbass, I do beat the stage whilst killing a few things. Oh wait, wrong series, sorry. Then going into the tower level, the only hard part was the ending bit where we had to go on this swinging little platform. Because Mario moves slow as balls, we can't really get onto the platforms or go around pretty easily. But after we do actually get on the platforms, we do beat up Larry and move on. Just like in the 64 one, water levels are just about the best levels in this challenge because they allow me just to, you know, play them normally. So yeah, they were very nice to do. But yeah, I beat the stage, and same thing for 1-5 and 1-6 were pretty easy, and mainly because the propeller mushroom, but yeah, other than that, they were easy. And same thing for 1 castle, but it was pretty easy because I had the propeller mushroom for most of it, until I lost it because apparently I'm an idiot who doesn't know how to play this game, and I've just been pretending for my entire life that I actually know what I'm doing in this game. But after coming to the realization that I don't actually know how to play this game properly, I go beat up Larry until he drops the keys to his house, and then I go to World 2. Now World 2, I'm starting off with 2-1. 2-1 obviously was pretty easy, besides that end bit where I nearly got spiked by a boomerang bro, but luckily I was able to kill him and grab the flag before he even had a chance to throw that boomerang at me. 2-2 had I had an annoying part because for some reason I really wanted that star coin down the little sand geyser pool thingy, and it took me a few tries, but eventually I was able to get the star coin. I beat the stage, but more importantly, the star coin was gotten in my hands. And 2-3 was much the same, besides me not having a random star coin to kill myself 52 times over, and instead allowing me to just beat the stage pretty easily and getting the star, which was pretty funny because I was just strolling with the star, not running like you're supposed to. And in 2 Tower, the most notable thing is me camping in the sand whilst Roy just spins around because, why not? So, yeah, that's what I did for this fight. I just camped by the sand and just beat the shit out of Roy. It was pretty easy. But moving on. 2-4 was made easier due to the fact that the wind helped me move faster than the speed of a newborn baby. So yeah, that was really helpful. Thank you, wind. You made this slightly more bearable. And both 2-5 and 2-6 were also pretty easy to beat, because one just had me running around with Yoshi, and the other one allowed me to camp out with the propeller mushroom, making it easier, until I lost it like a fool. But other than my stupidity, we're just gonna go into 2 Castle now. And now, in 2 Castle, I just camp Roy to death again. Look, his 2 fights are really easy just to camp him to death. So, like the camper that I am, I obviously just do that. Take his key, allowing me to use the back door to his castle and pursue another child. Now, in World 3, we start off with 3-1, for obvious reasons, where the penguin suit is a massive help, mainly because I'm able to move actually at a decent speed. And also another thing that really helps in this challenge, slopes, because sliding gives you a pretty good momentum boost, and wall jumps. But yeah, other than that, we get the 2nd star coin like a boss, and then, well, we complete the stage, obviously. And both 3-2 and 3-3 were both pretty easy. And going in to 3-Ghost House, it was also pretty easy because yeah, you mostly just walk through doors and climb up stripper poles. And Mario is a very good strip dancer, so it was pretty easy for him. In Tree Dash Fortress, you mostly stand still anyways for the middle part, and the other parts were pretty easy because I was able just to go through them with wall jumps and just jump in normally. So yeah, possible. At the end of Tree Dash 4, I was able to get a propeller mushroom after expertly timing that little item roulette block, which meant that the rest of the stage was actually rather easily, along with Tree Dash 5, where it was pretty easy because I had the propeller mushroom. I know some now to pick stuff up because that requires me to, you know, press the B button. So, yeah, I kind of needed the propeller mushroom to make this stage actually, well, easier. Actually, the propeller mushroom doesn't really do much in this stage, thinking about it, but, yeah, I beat the stage. I don't have anything else to say on it. We kind of just activate the red button, then we go back to Tree Dash 4, beat that, and then go to Tree Dash Castle. But now in Tree Dash Castle, I have a bunch of problems with this stage. Starting off with the bouncy balls in the first bar, because Mario moves very slow, as we already established. It was kind of hard to get by them the first time I did this. After that, I had trouble with the second part of this stage in the middle, where for some reason I was just not able to be on the snake block thing, and would just keep dying for you know, I honestly have no reason why. I think it's because I just had a massive skill issue. But after that, we beat the hell out of another infant child, taking his key, and then getting one step closer to installing justice on Bowser's throne, because Mario with Child Protective Services is moving slowly, but will eventually get to Bowser. Oh yeah, we also beat the stage. So we move on to World 4 now. Now, in World 4 and 4-1 plays sorta normally, mainly because we're in the water most of the time. But then also for like the middle part, for the middle star coin, I was actually able to get it because I'm just that good at the game. So I redeemed myself for my past actions in this game, and now I'm actually good again at it. But yeah, other than that, we beat the stage. I beat up a fish and then go play 4-2. So there was basically no difference in a normal playthrough and this challenge run, because you move slow as hell on both. But yeah, I then move on to 4-3. And 4-3 was also very simple. Now the 4- Fortress, and this stage was a pain in the ass, because this stage is filled with mostly conveyor belts. Yeah, that just cuts Mario's walking speed down to like nothing. Like, for example, the first room where we have to get into the pipe, that already took like a minute just because Mario moves so damn slow and I have to jump into the pipe, which just makes it take so long. Because Mario walks so slow because of the conveyor. But that's not even the worst part. The most annoying part is the part that's usually annoying. The middle part, where there's just a bunch of conveyors and falling blocks, which makes this even more annoying because not only do we have to pair that with Mario moving very slowly, but we also have to pair that with the fact that blocks are falling, they're just gonna block us. Now, first time I did this, I got squashed to death. Then, whilst waiting to do it again, I started losing faith that this would even be possible. But once I got actually pretty good luck with the blocks, which usually basically never happens in this stage to anyone. I don't believe if you say they have good luck with the blocks, because you are a liar if you say that. But yeah, other than that, I was able to get past that part. Then for the next part where just a bunch of blocks fall, I just let them fall while just waiting on my phone. Yeah, there's not much exciting things to talk about that part besides me just being on my phone and waiting. But after they fall, then we have another annoying part where we have to actually make it to the top of the tower, because they just decide to add another layer of making sure that you're running and playing this game normally. But because this is a challenge run, we're not allowed to play the game normally. But we were eventually able to do it, and I clobber Wendy, allowing us to move on. 4-4 went from calming to slightly panicking to am I even gonna beat this, or am I gonna die to 4,000 bloopers? But if you're wondering the question to that, I do indeed beat it because I am actually good at the game. Trust me on that. 4-Go South showcases more of my amazing skill in this game after I die to rats a few times, showing that I'm actually impeccable at this game, allowing me to progress. In 4-5, I spend most of my time just filibustering around with Yoshi trying to kill the Lakitus. But at the end, this is mostly just a flat plane of a level, meaning that I don't have to run a single bit, meaning that I can waste my time trying to kill Lakitus, because apparently I don't know what serious I'm doing anymore. And apparently, we move on. Now, in 4-Castle, I thought that this stage was going to be impossible because, I can't flip the gates because it requires me to press 1. But luckily, I don't need to do that, allowing me to progress the stage. And after beating up Wendy without allowing her to get the second water up, we get the key and we continue with our case against Bowser for neglecting his children and letting a crazy old man beat the hell out of them. So now we're gonna go to Bowser Jr.'s airship, where we're gonna do the exact same thing, continue the investigation, and beat up Bowser Jr., just showing that Bowser is a neglectful father for allowing his children to get bet up. Oh yeah, we also move on to World 5, I should say that. Now in World 5, where World 5 starts off pretty easy. You know, 5-1 was pretty easy, we just swing around a bit, the little other part with the little rotating thing was also easy. But World 5 does stay the exact same for 5-2, where we just jump around on a bunch of wigglers and you know, and same story for 5-3, where we just walk. Yeah, there's already anything else to say. But now we do move on to beating up children. So now going on to 5 Fortress, I do get a propeller mushroom. I definitely walked whilst doing 1-1, don't worry. I wouldn't break the rules for a level I already done, come on. Why would I want to save time doing a stage I already done? Come on, don't be silly. But yeah, after getting the propeller, I immediately lose it because I am indeed a dumbass who is shit at this game until I'm gonna say that I'm not. But we do get to the top with minimal injuries until I try to get the last star coin where, yeah, I get hit. I almost did do it in one try, but yeah, we got the star coin and we beat up Iggy, allowing us to move on to 5-4. 5-4 was pretty annoying, mainly because it was way harder to kill everything on the raft, but eventually, after dying once, I was able to, well, get through this stage barely, but yeah, I was able to go through it. 5-Ghost House was a walk in the park, please laugh. And 5-5 was also pretty easy because most of the time you're just on those green flying thingies. Yeah, I still don't know what their name is, so please tell me what they're called so I can forget the very next morning. But yeah, let's now just go on to the castle stage because well, I mean, there's nothing else for me to discuss in this world. So yeah, going into the castle stage, we now also see that Bowser not only neglected his kids, but left it with a rabid pit bull, meaning that Bowser is now trying to actually murder his children, meaning that we have more evidence against Bowser for the Child Protective Services case. Man, this ain't looking good for Bowser. We're coming for him and his turtle ass. Now, onto World 6, and 6-1 is basically the exact same. And when I mean basically, I mean it is. 6-2 was mostly a stroll, and 6-3 killed me a few times, but eventually I stopped having a skill issue, and I managed to get through the stage, In 6-4, I have gotten the Propeller Mushroom and Yoshi, so that means that this level is actually tolerable to play through, because I was not suffering the entire way through going -2 kilometers per week. In 6-Fortress, I'm an idiot, and therefore I lose the Propeller Mushroom, but other than that, we beat up another child, allowing us to go on to 6-5, which was also possible, and that big ass fish was also pretty annoying, but it is also just a big ass fish, so who cares. 6-6 is, well, I mean, I basically just did the entire stage crouching down and just sitting on my phone, so, well, besides the end bit with the fire bros, but I did die once because I tried to go under with the fish into the water, but you know, second try when I got to that part I was more attentive, allowing me to beat the stage because I was basically crouched the entire level. Now onto 6-Castle, where the little part with the first part with those swinging platforms was pretty hard because I obviously can't run, and I didn't have the propeller mushroom, which just made this even harder. But after that part, the only other hard bit was the last piece where there was a bunch of platforms with the spike balls falling down, but that part is usually hard anyway, so yeah, it's not really anything new. And the Morm fight, I managed to parry his turtle ass with the shells, meaning that not only do I kill him, we also get more evidence that Bowser normally abuses his children by letting them get bet up by an Italian plumber, but also doesn't follow any OSHA regulations, meaning that that's just going to be another crime we have to write down that Bowser is going to go to jail for. But now, we go on to 6-Dash Airship, and yeah, the only interesting part of the stage is obviously the final fucking part of it, Bowser Jr. boss fight, the best fucking boss fight of all time, best goddamn boss fight in any Mario game. I absolutely love the Beyblade, fucking just smashing into each other. Now, I did figure out you can just jump on Bowser Jr., but that's lame, and bumper carding this shit is way better. God damn, is this such a good fucking boss fight. Oh yeah, we beat the stage though, so that's good. We're moving on to World 7 now. Going into World 7, I had a propeller mushroom, so that means 7-1 and 7-2 were both basically walk in the parks. Although at the start of 7 Trey lives like an idiot. But luckily there was a propeller mushroom literally like 3 seconds after, so yeah, it was all okay, and also this stage was fine because you spend most of your time not moving, or if you have the propeller mushroom in the air. 7-Dash Fortress is brutally difficult as always, with the constant bomb barrage in the second part. This was very annoying as always, and this stage was a nightmare like always, but the Ludwig fight was pretty easy. In 7-Dash Ghost House, I spent more time trying to figure out which way I'm supposed to go rather than playing the stage. But after figuring out how to beat this stage, I beat it. Yeah. Then going back into this piece of shit stage that we know as 7-Dash Fortress, I died like 4 times just trying to get the secret exit so we can go to 7-6. But because this stage is a piece of shit, I die multiple times, but other than that, I do unlock it, but I still hate this stage. And 7-4 and 7-5 were both easy. Now, in 7-Dash Castle, I go to the restroom, and what I mean by that is I go watch Possible History for like 20 minutes. And then when I come back, I kind of can't reconnect my controller. And the last save was me doing 7-Dash Fortress, so alright, going back in after sadly losing progress. I definitely do the stages the exact same, and I definitely do not run a single time, I guarantee you that. But other than me definitely not breaking the rules to save time, because I already did the stages and I'm not doing them slowly again, we go back into 7-Dash Castle, where it was pretty easy, but the final part was kind of hard because I need to damage boost through most of it because I just didn't go fast enough to actually beat it. So I had to damage boost through it, but the Ludwig von Koopa fight was pretty easy because, well, it's the Koopalings. Even though he does flutter and he jumps down and other scary stuff or whatever, he was still pretty easy and I just clobber him. But yeah, now into World 8. 8-1 was really stressful for the simple fact that there's a giant ass cloud following me from the back, just waiting to kill me. So this was actually pretty difficult because that cloud was really scary, and at the end it almost killed me, but because I'm actually good at this game, I managed to escape it, and yeah, this level is possible, if not just pretty scary. The first flagpole of 8-2 was nothing too notable, as basically those little spinny platforms carried me most of the way through. But yeah, the secret exit was kinda hard. Mainly because those little spinny platforms move very fast. At first, I tried to do it normally, but I was going way too slow. So then, I want to go get the mini mushroom. Now, you may be asking, why didn't I just go get the propeller mushroom? That would be way easier. Yeah, I know, I thought about the same thing when I got the mini mushroom, but I already got the mini mushroom, so I was already way too deep. Even though I could have just, you know, gone 1-1, which takes me like 30 seconds to do. But I wanted to suffer because I'm an idiot. So yeah, after that, I just jump for like 5 minutes. But yeah, it was possible. We get to the end and I don't want to talk about it. So we're just gonna go back into the stage, and after definitely walking, don't worry, I would never lie to you, I definitely walked. I definitely did that again. You can trust me. I am the most trustworthy person in the Northern Hemisphere. That's how you know I'm telling the truth. So yeah, we beat the stage. That's just what I'm gonna say. And if you have any other opinion, then don't, because that's the correct opinion. In 8-3, I was pulling off the most fabulous, the most groovy, the most eloquent, the most Metal Gear Solid, Invisible by Duran Duran moves, until I realized I'm gonna need the propeller mushroom so I can do the final bit. So yeah, I get the propeller mushroom to do this stage. But yeah, it's possible. Now, in 8-Fortress, I started with a propeller mushroom. I lost said propeller mushroom because I suck at the game. Then, I got the propeller mushroom again because I'm good at the game. And then, I beat up Kamek because I'm good at the game. And 8-4 can suck my dick. This stage is a pain in the ass. Mainly because bloopers suck so much. I hate bloopers more than any other Mario enemy. They are genuinely cancerous to try to avoid. I hate bloopers, and I take great pleasure in killing them in any single challenge run I do, be it genocide or not. But other than my hatred for bloopers, we also died twice to this stupid Cheep that's just in the final room, because for some reason the water jet just pushes you directly into his stupid fish face. I hate that stupid fucking Cheep, and I take great pleasure in killing him in this challenge. But yeah, after raging over the stage and dying like 20 times, we do eventually beat it. It just took like 20 minutes. I hate this stage a lot. Like a lot. But let's just move on because this stage sucks ass. 8-5 is basically the same as always because you're on the little platform anyway. So, this is basically the exact same stage. So moving on. And 8-6 was made basically trivialized because the propeller mushroom is amazing. Who would have thought? The propeller mushroom is the best item in this challenge. I love it very much. It is very nice. 8-7 is basically the same because we're just on a skeleton roller coaster. So it's basically the same. But now, onto 8-Airship. Where the hardest part, well, the hardest part that you assume, is that little maze, not really maze, whatever, the squishing block part, where you have to run across those closing blocks. But, surprisingly, they're possible by just walking, which I thought was pretty funny, because you can just walk through it. You're meant to run through it, but it's funny that you can just walk through it. Now, yes, it was pretty stressful, especially because you do almost die, but it was pretty funny that I could just walk through it, and Bowser Jr. was pretty easy, and I even managed to get some sick dodges here and there, but you know, I'm just good at this game, so you know, you don't have anything to worry about. You should expect these kinds of plays from the professional NSMB player over here, you know. But now, onto 8-Castle. Propeller Mushroom's overpowered. Yeah, I just Propeller Mushroom most of this fight. What can I say? But now, onto the Bowser fight, where it was nearly the same. I did just use the Propeller Mushroom for most of it, although I did lose it for a bit, but I do get it back basically just like 20 seconds later. And then the fight was pretty close because I still moved slow and I couldn't go fast, but Bowser also moves slowly because he's programmed that way. And eventually, we finally kill Bowser, meaning that it is possible to beat New Super Mario Bros. Wii without running. But we have World 9 left to do, so yeah, let's just go to World 9 now. But now, onto World 9, and if you're wondering what my coin count was at the end of the credits, it was 309. So yeah, now let's just go into World 9, where 9-1 was made easy because I had the Propeller Mushroom. 9-2 was made easy because I had the Propeller Mushroom. And you know, it might seem crazy what I'm about to say, but 9-3 was easy because the Propeller Shroom. 9-4 was a pain in the ass because it's 9-4 and it takes a while. I did lose the Propeller Mushroom, so I left the stage and left the save file so I didn't have to lose it. Then I went and done it again, and I bet it. And now, on to 9-5. What do you want me to say? It was the same. It was easy. I had the propeller mushroom. Come on. I'm using... Look, I switched save files to the genocide save file for a specific reason. Because I had the propeller mushroom, and I had like 20 of them. So, yeah, that's why I switched to the genocide save file. Oh, yeah, 9-6, I also figured out here that I don't actually automatically die if I hit the lava tower. So, me being extra paranoid in 8-5 was apparently for nothing. But, oh, well. Yeah, 9-7. Whew. This level, I just walked through. I didn't even get hit. Like, I kind of just walked through, used the propeller mushroom a wee bit. For some reason, the fire bro killed himself. Look, I don't know what he was going through, but for some reason, he just killed himself. I don't know why, but yeah, you know, I just jumped around a bit, propeller mushroom a bit, dodged a few fireballs, and overall, just kind of strolled around through the stage. It was pretty easy, didn't even get hit, because, as I said, I'm actually good at this game, meaning that we beat it, no hit, just walking, because I'm good. Also, 9-8, I died twice. I used the propeller mushroom pretty quickly, and then I grabbed the mini mushroom because, like, wee ball, I'm gonna use the mini mushroom now. But then, yeah, I sort of died trying to bounce under a block. But going back into the stage, I die again because, I kind of messed up because I suck at the game. But then going back into this stage, I was able to do it no problem because I'm actually good at this game. Meaning that it is possible to do every single stage in New Super Mario Bros. Wii without even running. So, yeah. What did we learn today? We learned that Bowser is a terrible father who abandons his children. He also lets them get beat up by crazy Italian plumbers on a weekly basis. We learned that Mario has, hold on. 16 plus the 3 junior fights, about 19 cases of child abuse under his belt, and he has broken so many OSHA violations that he should probably get life imprisonment and like a $15 million fine. But we also learned that I'm actually good at this game because of my ending save on 9-8. So yeah, that's the end of the video. If you like what you saw, like and subscribe, and if not, tell me why in the comments, and I'll see y'all later.
Mario time!